Hello, Drawing 1 and 2 students. I want to talk to you today about next week's assignment. It is, in fact, a relatively simple still life assignment, but I just need to speak to you in detail about how to set up a still life. So here's an example. Um, and what you want is anywhere between 6 and 8 objects. Um, Now, they can be varying degrees of things. In this case, a spaghetti, squash, onion, a couple of lemons, a book, a house plant, and a watering container just on a table with a simple piece of fabric. You don't have to be concerned with the color so much because you're going to be working in black and white, and we're going to continue working in line. What I want you to think about is the construction of your still life. So in this particular case, these objects are all positioned in different spatial locations, right? So in the foreground, you have a spaghetti squash. Behind it, obviously, is a book that's supporting several objects that we could discuss as a midground. And behind, in the deep space, if you will, there would be the watering can or as well as the plant. So once you have your still life put together, and you're going to be doing two of them, one for Monday's class and one for Wednesday's class. And my expectation is that you spend a few hours really working on trying to locate all the shapes that exist in between the objects. All right, and I have a demo for you, so you'll see what I'm meaning exactly by that. So arrange your still life. It doesn't have to be big. Like I said, keep it rather simple. And once you have that set up, you'll then position yourself so that you're consistent with your point of view, meaning once you decide that you're going to be seated in front of the still life, you have to make certain that that's the place in which you stay so that your point of view is consistent. So in this case, you can see I'm beginning with line, not with any specific idea of what I think I know what I'm seeing. That's to say, I'm not working from memory as to what a spaghetti squash or a watering can is. I'm looking at lines and how they intersect with other lines that are, in fact, defined by the edges of these objects. Um, this is crucial. If you try to just draw, for instance, the one object and then draw the next, you're going to find that they're all going to be in different positions and disproportionate. You need to see how they're all interlocked together. Um, so as I go along here, you can see I'm letting one line show me where to go with the next line. And there's a degree of intersections, once again, that begin to unveil specific shapes that exist in between the objects. The reason why these shapes are so important is that they allow us to know if the proportion of the objects as they develop is correct, as well as the spatial location of them. So as you can tell, I'm going along and beginning to discover um, where things are. And I'm not trying to draw an idea of things. Remember, the course objective is to see and draw things from observation. Okay, so as you can tell at this point, it's starting to complete. It's these shapes that exist, say, for instance, between that part of the plant and the table. It's this shape here, right? Or it's the development of this shape here that exists between these two things. That's where you want to be incredibly um, observational in your decision making. Those are the shapes. They're like key puzzle pieces. They're going to tell you exactly where this thing is in relationship to everything else in space. So, anyways, this is a video that you can play back and forth to see how I've put this together, and this is how I'd like you to proceed. Please let me know if there are any questions, and you're going to probably practice. As you can tell, I'm using just a rag in some cases to wipe away